Twitch.com, twitch.tv, twitch.tv, Twitch Dogs TV. I'm live. Hello. Just had a sudden visitor, a little guest here. I'm going to move my camera up. Realizing I probably should have shaved, realizing I probably should have cut my hair a little bit, realizing there's a number of things that I could be doing differently right now. However, one thing that I know I'm doing right, and that I will always continue to do when given the opportunity, is to bring a guest onto the show. Hello. Do you want to say hello? Hello. Who are you? Who are you? We have a guest. We got Dog. Home Team Game Dev is here. We have Dog. This dog's name is Paisley. We are dog sitting for our across the street neighbors. And Paisley came down into my office and decided she wanted to sit on my lap for a little bit. Her heart is pounding. I think she's a little bit concerned about the bright lights and fame. Of course, fame. So let me go ahead and scooch on into my Twitch app on here, on my phone, see how this goes. Am I in fact streaming? It says I'm streaming, but I can't seem to find it here. Profile? It says I'm live. It says I'm live, but I can't seem to find out who is watching, what is going on. It won't let me look here. Oh, whatever. You know what? Who cares? I don't know. I don't know how many people are watching. I just know Home Team Game Dev is here. I just know that Dog is here. And we are going to do a little bit of Dreamcasting today. UI says 4. I'll take it. All right. Hell yeah, 4. Let's do this. 5 plus Dog. So I'm going to start things off in a sec. I want to call out one thing. I want to call out this right here. Instruction Derby with Nick McConnell. That's me. This is the show. I want to give a big thanks to Andrew Elmore of Blue Sky fame, among other fames. Incredible artist, musician, all around good dude. Sent me this, and it is now my official logo. Thank you very much. And I think that's pretty cool. Dog loves it. Dog has actually fallen asleep, so you might hear some snoring in a minute. Dog. Oh, there's a snore. We got a snore. Let's see if I can fix this. Now I have to put the screen back with only one arm, one hand. I have one hand now, so I'm gonna apologize. This might be kind of an interesting one. I'm gonna have to use my mouse with my left hand, which is not good. Let's get into it. I want to start something, and I was actually gonna start with the whole thing here, but I realized if I did this and no one was on, no one would see it. Check this out. Here's how we're gonna start the show today. It might be a little bit loud, but that's okay. Oh, and I have to hit play. Can't disturb the dog. Just a little video. Can't tell if anyone can hear it or not. But check this out. Oh look, it's today. We're changing the thing from today. It was 1998. Now it's the year of our Lord 2024, and it is noon. And we are talking about the Sega Dreamcast today. That's it. I took a little video this morning. I wanted to get a good video of the Sega Dreamcast boot animation, and I did, but none of them had the loud noises from the Dreamcast itself, which is half of what I love about booting up my Dreamcast. It is the dead battery. There's a lot of snoring. The dead battery of the Dreamcast VMU, the loud spinning of the disc that is going to explode any moment now. Want to also send a quick shout out of appreciation to Good News, Mr. Good News over on Blue Sky. I don't want to dox anybody with names. Mr. Good News over on Blue Sky for supporting me and getting my Dreamcast back up and running by sending a working disk drive. Because my old one on my launch Dreamcast died, so I was able to boot this one up. That is video from my launch Dreamcast, something that means a lot to me. So thank you very much, and thank you to everybody who is here, anybody who is here, Dizzy and Lost, Home Team Game Dev as always for hanging out and supporting. And we can go ahead and jump right into it. Why the hell not? Okay, so Before we do that, actually, I will say one thing. I don't know if anybody has any games that they've been playing that they really like. I want to call out at the beginning of my show just some games that I am liking a lot. I have been playing Volgar 2 quite a bit. They just released a really smart update that addresses some a different approach to some of the difficulty settings. It's really good. It is a hell of a game, like a flow state game. When you get into a flow, you are feeling real good, and then when you get out of the flow, the game is gonna throw you into the garbage can. Oh, McMahon, you didn't miss the dog. The dog is right here. Hold on. Be ready for Dreamcast Day. We got a little doggy. Oh, do you want to say hi? Hello. You wake up. Oh, she has big eyes. I don't know what's up with the gunky around her eye. I have to clean it up a little bit. But this is Paisley. Paisley, do you want to say hi to everybody? Hello, it's me, Paisley. So that's Paisley. So yeah, our neighbor's kid's dog. They're out of town. We're overseeing Paisley, and I will say this: Paisley saw fit last night to have a big diarrhea attack on the floor of our bathroom, but not before staying up for about 2 hours in the middle of the night, making me stand outside so that she could try to do it outside. So thank you, Paisley, for trying. I'm very tired. So here we go. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some of our games. We're going to start with one I think you all might be pretty familiar with. And yes, I am stretching right now because I need to figure out exactly where the correct YouTube channel is. So hold on to your butts. Here we go. Let's give this a try. Here's game number 1.
But they call me the glove. How you feeling tonight? Yo, I'm feeling the love. Feel the love, glove. I'm feeling Yo, Sonic! Man, stay off the light speed.
My bad.
Sonic Adventure on Sega Dreamcast.
It's thinking. Sega Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure, it's thinking, and so are we. We're thinking that it's about
Ryan
time
Reynolds here for, I guess,
to have a good time. Hold on, Ryan Reynolds talking now. I don't want that. Nothing against Ryan Reynolds, but I don't need a pre-roll for another video. We're talking about Sonic Adventure today. Yeah, so Sonic Adventure today, $99.99. I have gone into detail on the internet about the day that I got my Sega Dreamcast, so I won't go into it. Here, I will spare all of you. We will jump straight into the manual. But this is a game that means a whole heck of a lot to me. All of its flaws are beautiful, and it certainly has some flaws, but I think it's fantastic. I don't know if everyone here has played Sonic Adventure, but this was a game that I played very early at a Funko Land, at a kiosk, and I was like, yep, this is the one. To this day, I will just boot it up and go through the beach level at the very beginning of the game. You know what video games need more? Video games need more of the really amazing opening level. That's probably way better than most of the rest of the game, but you can just play it over and over and over and over again. Sonic Adventure's beach level, the dam in GoldenEye is another one. Just like perfect levels that start the game and get you going. That's what we need more of. So let's go ahead and just do some Sonic Adventure. I underestimated how hard this would be to do with a sleeping dog on my lap because I like to speak with my hands. I like to gesticulate, and I can't gesticulate because I don't want to wake up dear old Paisley here. So let's do this. Let's just go straight into it. Wish me luck. I also have a weird thing on the front of my screen here, and I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know. There we go. Okay, let me go ahead and move on over into the part where I continue to sort of stretch for just a moment, and then tell me if you can see Sonic Adventure on the Sega Dreamcast. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, all y'all here in the chat. This manual doesn't have a ton of stuff in it for most of the time. There are some things that I do want to highlight, but it's actually a little bit drier than I expected. However, it does have some character bios, and there are some nice little VMU graphics that I wanted to share. So Sonic Adventure, you feel the speed, Dizzy and Lost feels the speed, and I feel it as well. I'm not feeling the coffee I had earlier, but I'm feeling Sonic's speed, so thank you very much, Sonic. So let's scroll on down. The pages are a little bit small, and I apologize for that. And one of the things that I will work on doing is figuring out how to get full screen stuff when a PDF has both of these pages laid out, but I don't want to move back and forth here on the bottom of the page. So bear with me. We got Sonic Adventure here. We're going to read a little bit about this. There is a story mode, if you can believe it. This was a very heavy story-focused game from a Sonic perspective. 7 precious emeralds with a mysterious and compelling power. Relics from an ancient warrior land. An epic tale full of joy and sorrow. Now fate has opened a new chapter. Destiny repeats itself as the adventure unfolds. It was not what I was expecting to read when I started reading this Sonic Adventure manual right now. That is net new to me. Thank you for purchasing Sonic Adventure. Please note that this software is designed only for use with the Dreamcast console. Be sure to read this instruction manual thoroughly before you start playing Sonic Adventure. Let's take a quick look here, by the way. One thing that I always think of with the Dreamcast is just, I know it's like Sega's Blue Sky thing, Blue World thing, whatever it was. I'm talking about Blue Sky a lot here. I should get paid for that. Look at this like summery logo over here. The sun and the sky, all the bright blues. Sonic, it looks like he's stepping over me, but I won't hold that against him. I understand. This is the kind of thing where when I got my Dreamcast, and I will say this, when I got my Dreamcast on $99.99, it was an extremely hot day, and there was something about looking at this manual that just made me feel like, yeah, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's jump into the water. Let's enjoy it. That is what it is. So let's go Dreamcast. Flashback 64 is here. Thank you so much. Flashback 64, would you like to see a dog? I'm going to wake her up. There's a dog. Hello. I thought that was a bald spot on my head, but it's just the reflection from the light. Hello. I love Sonic Adventure. This is a dog who just loves her Dreamcast, so can't blame her. We're going to scroll on down. Oh, Bobby, I'm sorry about this. I'm going to move my body a little bit and we'll see if the dog moves. Okay, here we go. This is really hard to do. Sonic Adventure. There's a lot here. We get to look at the controller. I love the Dreamcast controller, even though I will say I don't actually think it's a particularly comfortable controller in 2024. The buttons are a little bit small. The back area here hurts my hands a little bit, but you know what? I love it. It's got its own thing, and I like it a lot more than I probably should. So yes, it does not look good. It does not feel good, excuse me, but it is a nice looking controller. Lots of colors, and of course the VMU in there is always nice. Starting a game, I am going to tell you right now that we are going to skip through a lot of this stuff. I think this is all stuff that you should definitely read, but it's full of information like this. Because there are no time limits or goals to complete the adventure field part of the game, feel free to investigate and explore the adventure field as much as you like. However, in order to continue the overall game, it is necessary to find the level up items that grant your character special powers, as well as to locate the various action stage entrances whenever your character is in the adventure field. Each of the 3 areas within the adventure field contains a Chao Garden. A Chao Garden is a special location designed for raising Chao creatures. For details about Chao creatures, see page 15. And you know what we will do? We will go to that and take a quick look. Why not? Let's just skip forward. You can see that there's a lot of information here. Page 15, right over here, raising Chao creatures in the Chao Gardens. And I think, if we can zoom in on this little guy real quick, I want to do this. I think we're looking at some really nice stuff. You know what? Screw it. I will zoom in. Why not? Let's zoom in a little bit. Look at this guy over here, bottom right. He's pretty cool. The thing that I wanted to show all of you all here is what a cool little stretch of VMU graphics there are throughout. I love the VMU graphics. I love the VMU. Makes me wish that we had also received the Sony Pocket Station out here in the West, because I love this sort of stuff. Because look at this. Look at these guys right here. Guys hanging out on the beach. He looks like he's a little bit turned up. Chao is a little bit turned up at the beach. He's also a little turned up and doesn't quite understand how to follow directions. But those are just the Chaos, the little guys. I actually have been calling them Chaos since I was, let's say, a high schooler when the game came out. I was a cool high schooler. That's why I was really into video games and the Sega Dreamcast on launch day in high school. I thought because we were going for the Chaos Emeralds, that they were KOs. They're chows, is what I'm told. But we get to learn a little bit about our good friend Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's read from Sonic the Hedgehog's character introduction. A man who, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, needs no introduction. I feel so much more comfortable now that I can use my hands a little bit. He's the world's fastest hypersonic hedgehog. With a strong love of freedom, I'm a little worried about what that means for him from a political standpoint in 2024 to express it that way. Unfortunately, Sonic the Hedgehog is a right-wing podcast guy paid by Tenet Media and Vladimir Putin. With a strong love of freedom, the only thing Sonic hates is oppression. He's a free speech absolutist. You hate to see it. Despite his short temper, deep down, he's a really nice guy who is 100% committed to helping those in trouble whenever and wherever he can. Sonic's adventure begins just as he is returning home from a long journey. So Sonic, for the record, let's note that Sonic is obsessed with what he considers to be freedom. He hates the concept of oppression. However, we don't know exactly how he's defining that. He has a short temper, but he's a real nice guy. So I'm hearing that Sonic is an online incel, unfortunately. I'm very sorry to hear it. Yes, Sonic, where were you on January 6th? I know that sometimes these are the questions we just shouldn't even ask. Sonic's a libertarian. Sonic's a libertarian. He is just, don't tread on me with those shoes. Although I got to be honest, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good animal welfare guy. So he destroys the capsules to rescue the animals that have been trapped inside by a true libertarian, Dr. Robotnik. Jump on the switch atop the capsule located at the end of the course to liberate the enslaved animals and clear the stage. You just give them their red pill, and they'll come back out. There are several possible shortcuts in each stage, so be sure to explore various routes along the way. That is very true. Sonic is an Ariel Pink apologist. He's we're gonna get into some dicey territory with Sonic Adventure. Who knew? Who knew that today we would be dealing with matters of such contentious realities? The dog's moving. Hold on. What do you think about Sonic's politics? I'd better not find out. Sometimes it's better to separate the art from the artist. I know, it's true. That's so important. And I'm so glad that Paisley the dog understands that. So let's move on over this way. Sonic's unique actions, aside from podcasting, are his spin attack, his homing attack, his spin dash. All of these things are fantastic. Position Sonic near an enemy and jumps so that as he lands, he strikes an enemy with a furious spin attack mid-jump. The light speed attack, he has light speed shoes down here, okay, which are pretty cool, and he has the Ancient Light, which is right over here, which I think is just his invincibility thing. I never knew it was called the Ancient Light. Sonic's Ancient Light leads him to the land of freedom. Then we have Miles Tails Prower, and he is he's a 4chan guy. This sweet-natured fox is a natural-born mechanic. I don't actually know if he is. I haven't read his character bio. I'm just guessing. With a unique ability to fly high in the sky using his two special tails. A longtime friend and admirer of Sonic, Tails devoted himself to tinkering in the workshop while Sonic was away on his journey. Tails' adventure begins one day when, in the midst of performing a flight test with his latest aircraft invention, he suddenly begins to experience engine trouble and... oh god, what's gonna happen? Spoiler alert, he crashes, and he's fine. Yeah, they are giving us some morsels to work with. Sorry, my face is blocking some of the text over there. His action stage goal is to also find and destroy the capsule, but he has to do it faster than Sonic. So he loves Sonic, but he has to beat him. He's got kind of an Oedipus complex here going on, with at least the competition with his father figure. The most important thing is to beat Sonic. That's it. The most important thing is to beat Sonic, so take full advantage of Tails' unique propeller action to find the shortcut that will enable him to reach the capsule faster. take a quick break here for a sip of water while I also look at some of the chat. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, Flashback 64 asks, I'm sorry for the delay. Can I show McKenna the dog? Of course we can show. Of course we can show the dog. Hold on. Dizzy and Lost has proclaimed that Tails is the best character. Is Dizzy and Lost? I'm going to put you on the spot. Is Tails the best character in Sonic Adventure or all Sonic games? I'm gonna move the dog. Okay, McKenna, if you can see, here's the dog. Hello. Hello. What do you think? What do you think is the best character in all of Sonic the Hedgehog? I like Shadow. Okay, spoken like a true Zoomer. She likes Shadow. Very, very disappointing. So that's what we have there. Let's see, who else do we got? Tails does more stuff, but I'm not going to move over there. The rapid Tails attack. He's got that. Let's still look at Knuckles. Knuckles, the Echidna. Knuckles, who is, as far as I can tell from the way that people describe their fandom for him online, is something of a zaddy figure. As far as I know, I learned that term at work a few weeks ago. Zaddy. So, Knuckles is one wild and powerful, spiny anteater. Although blessed with an honest, straight-up personality, he often lacks flexibility. An honest, straight-up personality. He's one of those people who's like, I'm not rude, I'm just honest, okay? Like, if you can't handle the truth, then you can't handle his friendship. He hates fake friends. Knuckles hates fake friends. Sonic is a free speech absolutist. Tails has an Oedipus complex, and Knuckles hates fake friends. That's where we're at, I think, at this point. With his powerful arms, he can glide through the air to attack and land some serious punches. Guardian of the Master Emerald for as long as he can remember. One seemingly normal day, his world is shattered, and his adventure begins. His adventure begins. So his action stage goal, which, if I'm being honest, is the worst action stage goal in the entire game, to collect 3 of the fragments of the Master Emerald. So in this game, you have to slowly walk around and find some things in a stage. Home Team Game Dev points out that this squad is so base. Also, good news. Thank you for coming. Late or not, on time or not, all good, amazing. I gave you a shout out. Also, good news in the chat says I'm 20 minutes late, but I finally made it. Hello, everyone. Hello, also good news. I would like to shout out to you that I called you out earlier on in the show for helping me out with a Dreamcast, a fresh, working, beautiful Dreamcast disk drive that works. So thank you. Anyway, we are now in the midst of an extremely based group of characters for whom I will not be digging any deeper into their politics because I am afraid of what we'll find out. You can just, you just do like a little hunting and pecking with Knuckles the Echidna. We have Amy Rose. Amy Rose is here. She seems nice. Always bright and cheerful. Amy is the self-appointed girlfriend of Sonic, possessing a strong. So there's an imbalance in the social dynamics here, I think is what I'm getting at. Everybody really likes Sonic, and I think it's going to his head a little bit. Possessing a strong competitive streak. Oh no, she's his like, she listens to his podcast too much. What's it called? Where you think you've become friends with somebody that you listen to on a podcast. That's what's happening here. So Sonic should actually be quite careful. Possessing and set some boundaries. Possessing a strong competitive streak, she is second to none when in control of her Pico hammer. Careful, Sonic. With many fond memories of her Sonic chasing days, she's a stalker. She's thrilled when their two worlds collide again with the sudden appearance of a huge spaceship one fine day. Her action stage goal is to find and grab hold of the balloon while avoiding capture by the evil robot Zero. It is important that Amy and her bird companion escape together. If necessary, use drum cans or other such shelter to hide. Zero can't be destroyed, but he can be knocked over temporarily a limited number of times. If attacked too often, he becomes invincible, so don't overdo it. So basically, Amy is playing, is experiencing the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis experience right now, while she is trying to stalk and presumably kill Sonic the Hedgehog so that no one else can have him if she can't. So yes, so that's what's happening there. Let's see, what can she do? Do they give us any information here? Her spin hammer attack seems pretty useful if you weren't up against a unkillable god, which Amy appears to be. And then we get to meet E102 Gamma. And I want to call out E102 Gamma because look at his stance here. This is the stance of a confident guy. This is the stance of a confident robot. He was created by the evil Dr. Robotnik. E102 Gamma is an E100 series gunner robot. Shortly after his birth, this is like sarcasm, birth. Yeah, right, bud. Okay, you were born. Gamma must pass a test that will enable him to join an elite unit of robots. His destiny then takes a drastic turn when he meets a certain frog with an unusual tail. I gotta be honest, I don't remember what that frog is. I have no idea what that was referencing. His stage goal is to seek and destroy the target located at the end of each course within the allotted time. This is a game that's a little bit messy, you might be able to tell from all the different things you are doing and being asked to do in the game. But when I first booted it up and I saw all the different characters, I was like, this is the biggest game I've ever played. And I played the heck out of it. So thank you to Sonic Adventure, and thank you to Sonic Adventure for these amazing character designs too. You can increase the allotted time by destroying enemies, however, killing each enemy one at a time uses more time than can be gained. Instead, use lock-on to multiple energies and blast them all away at once to earn bonus time. And then we have our good... Here's the frog with the tail. That's who they're referencing. So I think they're all going to meet up at one point, and maybe E102 Gamma is going to kill Big the Cat. Big the Cat. This giant cat is one laid-back and easygoing fellow who loves to fish and is never without his favorite rod and lure. I don't know. That's just a fishing reference. I don't know what happened with my read there. And is never without his favorite rod and lure. Normal. That's normal. Big leads a tranquil life, together with his buddy Froggy, in a hut in a serene part of the jungle. Until one day, when Froggy underwent an unusual transformation. That's right, he hit puberty, and a lot of things changed. But don't worry, Big. He's still your friend, Froggy. He's just growing up. His stage goal is to fish and catch Big's pal Froggy. Froggy wants to escape. I think what's happening here is that the story of Big the Cat and Froggy is a story about parenthood and growing up. You spend all your time with a little one, your best friend, your pal. You go biking, you play, you teach them how to scooter, you teach them how to read, you take them to their first dance. And then one day your friend grows up, goes through changes, and wants to move out and head out on their own. And that's okay, and that's something that we all have to live with. You've done a good job, Big. You should be proud of yourself that Froggy is moving on as a beautiful, mature, independent creature. So, good job, Big. I'm sure that's where the story is going to be going. So there we go. Big the Cat, we have that. Once Big has the life belt, he will automatically float when he's in the water. The life belt is just his like water floaty. It says over here. You can take Big into the water to capture Froggy, despite Froggy's protestations. In order to catch a fish or Froggy, you must first hook your prey. So they're calling Froggy his prey now. To do this, once the fish or frog bites the lure, which really hurts, press down on the analog thumb pad to hook and secure the lure, and then reel it in. So there we go. Tells you a lot about things. You've got some enemies over here. Bladed spinners steer clear of this hovering robot whenever he starts spinning like crazy. You've got the Rhino Tank, this hybrid robot, based on a cross between a tank and a rhinoceros. Spoiler alert, from the name Rhino Tank, is one big and mean charging machine. Leon the chameleon, shaped robot. They should play into this more. That's a pretty good one. I like that. Leon the chameleon, shaped robot, can disappear and reappear right before your very eyes. So beware. And then we have the Egg Keeper, armed with a special beam that can paralyze its prey. Do your best to avoid the deadly grasp of this E100 series robot. That's why your E102 Gamma to fight back against the Egg Keeper, Leon, the Bladed Spinner, and the Rhino Tank, all with the help of your alt-right friends, Sonic, Tails, Knuckle, Amy, E102 Gamma, and Big the Cat. Actually, Big the Cat is not alt-right. He's just a parent who's trying to figure things out. We got Yuji Naka, who has certainly not been in the news for any reason other than making Sonic Adventure. Thank you to Yuji Naka, wherever you are. I'm sure you're listening. We got Sega of America producer Keith Palmer. I'm trying to see if there are any testers. We do have some testers. Okay. The lead tester is Fernando Valderrama. Assistant lead tester, Amy Albertson. And then the testers are Dennis Lee and Mark McCurney. These are the folks who made sure that this game worked, and really appreciate that. Special thanks to Alex Villagran, Jane Thompson, Jason Quo, Josh Mandel, Mike McCollum, Sandy Castagnola, Sherry Hockaday, Shinobu Toyota, Terry Higgins, Charles Belfield, and Masamitsu Uchiyama. That's it. Manual production staff. We'll just quickly read through this. This is probably only interesting to me, so apologies to everybody else here. The writer, editor, and translator was Monica Hudgens. The writer in the original was Chico Nakamura. Pronunciation, if I'm mispronouncing anyone's name, I apologize. DTP operator Makoto Nishono, designer Yoichi Takahashi, and supervisor Kaoru Ichigozaki. And there we go. So those are the folks who made the game for us. Let's go ahead and quickly pop back out. Thank you to Sonic Adventure. Thank you to everyone in here. I love manual production staff and everybody involved in this game. Again, it's an amazing game. I'm going to take a sip of my water. This dog is so comfortable right now, but I'm going to be honest, it's pretty warm outside and the dog is warm. So I'm a little too warm right now. I'm also wearing a sweater. I've done this to myself. But you know what else I've done to myself? And now I'm going to do to you is read a little bit about another game that we have in the pipeline. But first, let's check out a little commercial for a game we know as Blue Stinger on the Sega Dreamcast, another $99.99 US launch game. If I can go to it. Yep, hold on. I haven't done this right yet. There's Blue Stinger. Hello, Blue Stinger. Here's what I was looking for.
デザートつけてきて私のことずっと見てんのいる気持ち悪いやつ最近多いよねそうテカテカしちゃって気をつけ何するか分かんないよもうマジぶっ飛ばしたいって感じ本当だよ
とどめを刺せノンストップアドベンチャーブルースティンガー
でもさそういうのに限ってしつこいんだよねだよね
So Blue Stinger. So there we go. Dizzy and Lost says, what I imagine dining in New York City is like, that's right. Yes, it's that keeps going into a commercial.
The birds now.
It keeps going into a commercial after that. This is terrible. Yeah, this is just what it's like to go out. You know, a lot has changed in the pandemic when it comes to dining out. And now this is what happens when you go out to eat at a restaurant. The actions of a large dinosaur and a terrifying a terrifying set of guns. There's a lot of violence in that commercial, but I got to tell you, if I'm seeing that ad for the first time and I don't know what Blue Stinger is, I'm very excited for Blue Stinger. And I am excited for Blue Stinger. I like Blue Stinger, and I like Blue Stinger in part because I think it has a pretty good manual, which I could have timed better before just saying that and actually had it set up without having to stretch one more time for the manual for Blue Stinger. Okay, there we go. Is this better? Can everybody see this? Let's read the manual for Blue Stinger. First of all, this is your friend. This is the guy's name is Elliot, I believe, in there. Blue Stinger, this was a big deal. Activision, our friends at Activision published Blue Stinger. It is rated M for mature, so if you have any children around, please send them to the garage or whatever you want to do for a couple of hours, and we'll go through the M-rated manual for Blue Stinger. Actually, the only manual that I can remember reading on this stream that actually had questionable content was Zombie U on the Wii U. I'll dig that one out again, but if you watched that episode with me, that is the only manual that I can remember that has honest to God bad language kind of just strewn throughout. So it's amazing. So, thank you for purchasing Blue Stinger for the Sega Dreamcast. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with this manual before playing the game. Manual, I'm Nick. It's good to meet you. Contents, without context, just straight into Dinosaur Island. So let's go ahead and learn a little bit about Dinosaur Island, shall we? Dinosaur Island, giant. Hold on, let me move this up slowly. I'm trying to. I have this like kind of cheap mouse. A giant meteor. Once I make $1 bajillion doing this, I'll buy a nicer mouse. Just a few weeks away from that goal, I think. I'm sure. A giant meteor crashes into the Yucatan Peninsula, wreaking havoc upon the Earth's ecosystem and bringing about, a nuclear winter that pushes dinosaurs to extinction. In the year 2000, 65 million years later, a massive earthquake hits Mexico, sending shockwaves through the region. From the depths of the ocean near the Yucatan Peninsula, an unknown island emerges with what appears to be the crater caused by the impact of the meteor. American and Mexican government officials call the new landmass Dinosaur Island and dispatch an investigative task force to the island. Classified research goes on for 17 years while a city is built and a large biotech corporation known as Kimra dominates the island's economy. So this game takes place in the future of 2017, a year during which I'm sure nothing bad is happening. I'm sure that everything is going great for everybody in 2017. On Dinosaur Island, Dinosaur Island, in the short span of 17 years, has managed to build an entire economy, which is pretty impressive. Elliot Ballade, you can see something is ominous. Elliot Ballade, an elite member of ESER, Emergency Sea Evacuation and Rescue, is vacationing on a boat off the coast of Dinosaur Island one day when a small meteor falls from the sky, placing the island under a mysterious dome of energy. The dome expands outwards, hurtling towards Elliot's position at an astonishing speed. Immediately following the dome of energy, a flock of hideous birds ran straight into the boat, causing Elliot to hurl himself overboard. Is that how you spell hurl? With an E at the end? I'm going to take a look at that later. Hours later, Elliot awakens on the shore of Dinosaur Island and begins an investigation that will change his life forever. Bum, 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 bum. Would you guys go to Dinosaur Island if you knew that it existed? I wouldn't. I would not vacation on a boat right off of the coast of an island that showed up out of nowhere that's called Dinosaur Island. I just wouldn't do it. So there we go. You guys would? Sounds like I'm in the minority. I'm wondering if Doggy would go. Put me in, coach. Okay, you're going to Dinosaur Island. Everybody who's listening today has been conscripted to go to Dinosaur Island just to check in on it. Seems fine. I'm sure it's fine. And I'm sure that insurance will cover going to Dinosaur Island. So we've got all these. Yeah, you're welcome. Congratulations, everybody. Unfortunately, it is self-paid, but it'll be pretty cool. You get the Dreamcast controller again. I will never get tired of looking at this thing. The 2 slots in the back still feels absolutely out of control to me, but I love it. Directional controls, controlling movement. There's not too much here that's all that exciting. However, I like the art. You get Elliot right over here, controlling Elliot. Controlling Elliot sounds like a band to me. Controlling Elliot, you got the R trigger button to fire your currently selected long-range weapon. Oh, this is confusing. Use the right trigger to fire your currently selected long-range weapon. When the weapon is empty, press the right trigger again to reload. As long as you are pointing in the general direction, it will aim automatically for you. Yeah, this is a much more action-heavy game than I think I'd realized at the time. I was a little scared, because again, I was a cool high schooler, a cool, big, grown-up guy who was a little bit scared to play this game when it came out. And when I discovered just how action-focused it was, maybe a lot more comfortable. Okay, McMahon likes the graphic. I'm going to go back up to it of him standing over the D-pad. Yeah, that is actually pretty cool. Hold on, let's zoom in on it. Let's zoom in. Oh, nope, I have to do this. Hold on. Yeah, that is pretty cool. This tells you everything you need to know. I like it. Okay, yeah, there you go. Thank you for calling that out, McMahon. It does look pretty cool. I am also a fan. Let's go back here. Okay, who do we got? Short range attack, swimming. If you press the B button in the water, Elliot will start swimming. Good for him. Controlling dogs. Now, what's cool about this is that you would not have known this by just looking at the manual yet, but this character here, his name is Dogs Bauer. Hello to Dogs Bauer. and I've got a Dogs Bauer right here as well. But his name is Dogs. So when you see the phrase controlling dogs, they're talking about the character, not anything else. Excuse me. Unlike Elliot, dogs can only handle one weapon at a time. Same here. Same for her. He makes up for this shortcoming with excellent defensive skills. I'm not sure that I would say the same about this one. So that's that. Starting the game. Let's just scroll through these. Your task is to solve the mystery of Dinosaur Island. Use the different skills of Elliot and Dogs to your advantage as you explore the strange island, solving puzzles as you go. Each side mission will reveal another piece of the overall puzzle of Dinosaur Island. I am feeling every bit of not sleep that I got last night because of this one's diarrhea attack. So my brain feels like it did when I had newborn kids and I was up like 6 or 7 times a night. And I know I'm struggling because I'm having a hard time saying normal words that I can usually say. Status bar, all that kind of stuff. We'll just go. This is the basic Blue Stinger game screen. During cutscenes, the status bars will disappear and your character will be controlled by the computer. It's actually kind of interesting to have them spell it out there. I think that's kind of cool. Yep, you get a body temperature reader. You can only handle extreme temperatures for a short period of time before you start to lose health points. You get your lung meter, how much air is left in your lungs, and your oxygen mask meter, which your character will use automatically whenever you enter a no oxygen environment. Terminal screen, map. I'm just going to keep on rolling. Elliot versus Dogs. Here we go. This is what we're all here for. We're all here for dogs. We're all here for Dogs Bauer. And I think I can't get over the name Dogs Bauer. Dogs Bauer, Dogs Bauer, Dogs Bauer. You got Elliot, boring, Dogs, amazing. When choosing which character to play for a particular segment of the game, don't forget that Elliot and Dogs have very different abilities. Again, without context, that is quite a phrase. Elliot can swim. Elliot is fast and agile. Elliot can carry both a long-range weapon and a short-range weapon at the same time. Dogs can use more powerful weapons. Dogs can defend himself against attacks. Dogs has a stronger constitution. I don't know if that's like an IBS thing. Maybe he just is able to eat wheat and Elliot can't. That's what I presume they mean by this. So Dogs is able to handle a slightly more adventurous set of meals, maybe. So he's got a strong tummy. The vending machines, some of the enemies you fight will be carrying money. If you defeat them, their money will scatter and you can pick it up. The money you acquire in combat is put into a joint account that Elliot and Dogs share. That's really nice. You can purchase weapons and items. There are memory stations to save your game throughout Dinosaur Island. And here's what we're really here for. We're really here to take a look at Elliot Belade and even more so, Dogs Bauer. Here's Elliot Belade. I'm glad that Elliot came in his customary, you can't see here, but he had blue shirt and blue jeans. I believe that's why this game is called Blue Stinger. In my mind, his name is actually Blue Stinger. Elliot Belade, the main character of Blue Stinger, not as far as I'm concerned, part of the C730 Battalion of ESER, a reserve organization specializing in sea disaster rescues. A hot-blooded 28-year-old who loves his job and will help anyone in trouble. Elliot Belade, a hot-blooded 28-year-old dressed all in blue, who has nothing on our good friend in the jorts, Dogs Bauer. Dogs Bauer with his cool shirt that just says wind. Dogs Bauer. Let's take a look. He's being thoughtful here. Let's take a quick look. This is Dogs Bauer fan cam time. Get out of here, Elliot. Jesus Christ. We like dogs. Let's look at dogs. While we take a look at dogs, I'm going to take a sip of my water real quick. The man himself, Dogs Bauer, is here. Home Team Game Dev points out that this would be a good Halloween idea, a Halloween costume. Dogs Bauer, but you have to fight with your friend over who has to be Elliot. Dogs Bauer, a former heavy weapons expert who took part in the first investigation of Dinosaur Island. At 43, Dogs now operates a ferry service between the mainland and the Pacific. Specific details about his past remain a mystery. I think all we need to know about dogs is that he's a once and always party animal who just likes to be comfy, although his genes ride up a little bit high. So dogs, it's 2017 dogs. You don't have to pull your pants up so high, okay? Thank you for the wind shirt. And then we got Janine King, who seems cool, a 24-year-old genius who is employed by the Dinosaur Island division of Kimura Tech Security. At 16, she graduated from MIT with a master's degree. A mastermind in computer technology, Janine has a thorough knowledge of the island's computer systems. It's just Windows 98. And then we have Nephilim. Nephilim sort of comes out of nowhere. Nephilim, how old is Nephilim? They don't say. There's Nephilim. Looks very serious, though. I'm going to be honest. I don't like Nephilim. Nephilim doesn't seem like a lot of fun to be around. A mysterious angel-like... It moves too much. Bear with... Oh my god. I can't do this. I need a better mouse. A mysterious angel-like entity that appears sometimes to Elliot during his investigation on the island. Nephilim follows Elliot and observes him, but its intentions remain unclear. Nephilim emits a brilliant blue light that illuminates the environment around it. Elliot also emits a brilliant blue light because of his cool blue shirt and his cool blue jeans. So we like that. This is a game about fashion, honestly. Let's take a quick look at these guys. She's got a cool fashion thing going on with maybe this is like a cast on the leg, but I choose to think that it's a fashion statement. It's like she doesn't actually need the cast. You know, we don't. What else do we need to say about Dogs Bauer with the wind shirt, in the high riding jorts, and then Elliot himself with his cool Apple Watch and his small shirt and his blue jeans. So there we go. Nephilim is wearing absolutely nothing at all. So apologies. I did say this was an M-rated manual. You get the Masson M7700 shotgun, fires 3 rounds at a time. A missile launcher. This powerful missile launcher holds up to 320 millimeter missiles at a time. Millimeter? I don't know. I don't know how bullets are measured. It's too heavy for Elliot to handle. This is a job for dogs. There's an axe. This standard emergency axe was designed to save lives in an emergency, not to be used as a weapon. This reads like a dating profile. This powerful missile launcher holds up to 320 millimeter missiles at a time. The bow gun, down here at the bottom, is a standard issue crossbow with built-in sight, and the club is this dog's only weapon, is nothing more than a big club. This deadly weapon is so heavy and cumbersome that you'll have a tough time making contact with your victim. I might. But you know who won't have a hard time? Dogs Bauer. Dogs Bauer has the power to use the club whenever he needs. You've got hamburgers and hot dogs. These food items will restore a lot of health points. You've got a steak plate. This tasty feat will greatly boost your energy limit. You got Gaily. This is a large stuffed toy based on the beloved children's TV show, Grumpy Gaily and Weepy Gary. I gotta watch Grumpy Gaily and Weepy Gary. I think it might actually be in the game. And then you got Dachshund. This is one of the 21st century's new miracle drugs. We always in high school, we loved to take some Dachshund and watch Grumpy Gaily and Weepy Gary. That was something that we really enjoyed doing. So that's what you got there. If you have any questions or you want to send some fan letters for Dogs Bauer, you can do so by faxing them at faxing Activision at 310-255-2151 any time of day. No problem, because they're always standing by, or just messaging them and mailing them, through snail mail over at their PO box in Los Angeles. There is, in fact, a 24-hour voicemail system that answers frequently asked questions. For instance, how tall is Dogs? How heavy is Dogs? What is Dogs' favorite song? What's his favorite color? Dogs information is standing by 99 cents per minute at 1-900-680-HINT in the US, or $1.50 per minute in Canada, because it's harder to get phone lines across the country like that. We've got some brief credits that I will read before heading off to think about dogs, both real and Bauer, the rest of the day. The producer of the game was Mika Hayashi. The associate producer was Tadayuki Hori. Technical advisor T. Colin Mack. I don't see any mention. I guess this would have been before what's his name came over and ruined Activision. Um, let's see, who do we have? The acquisitions executive, David Grins. Can't imagine the acquisitions executive at a large game company has great politics. So, David Grins, if you're out there listening, prove me wrong. Our QA manager, console division, was Marilena Morini. QA lead was Sam Nuriani. And the QA testers, which I'll scroll down here, I'm sorry about that, Peter Muraves, Ron Weibel, Adam Hartsfield, Matt Morton, Angelo Federizo. And the manual translation was done by Micah Bly. Do they say where the original manual was? Who wrote the original manual over here? I don't see it. From Climax Graphics, the developer of the game. Nope. Story was Masaki Segawa and Shinya Nishigaki. And the game scenario and dialogue was Shinya Nishigaki. So maybe one of them helped to do that. The director of the game was Ayumu Kojima. This is a game that I think holds up a little bit better now in hindsight than maybe it did at the time. Maybe not the greatest showcase of the Dreamcast's capabilities on September 9th, 1999, but on around September 9th, 2024, I think that we can appreciate this game a whole heck of a lot more, and certainly appreciate the power of Dogs Bauer. QA special thanks. We got Nadine Thuzio, Jim Summers, Eric Zala, Tanya Langston, Jason Wong, who I know, Angelo Federizo, Gary Bolduc, and Jermaine Clark. Jason Wong, short story for me, real quick. Jason Wong was the manager of Pandemic, the game studio that made Mercs and Saboteur. He was the QA manager for all of our work when I was an embedded QA tester on what wound up being an unreleased Mercenaries game back in the day. Jason Wong, wonderful dude. Love to see him here. I will message him and ask him a little bit about what it was like to help work on this game. So yes, that's it. Let's go ahead and say goodbye. The dog is the dog's out of here. Hold on. The dog's out of here. Goodbye, Dogs Bauer. What a strong constitution she has. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Happy Dreamcast anniversary. Happy 25. You can go rent yourself a nice sports car for the weekend. Enjoy it. And I'm going to send us out back again with the Dreamcast intro because I did capture that footage earlier and I wanted to use it more than once. So selfishly, here we go. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you swinging by. Appreciate hanging out. See you all soon, Dreamcast dogs. Bye. Dreamcast logo. Here we go. Let's see. I think I have to press play. I'm going to watch it. Sit back. Enjoy the show. Y'all don't have to sit through and watch this. I might just watch this myself. Over and over and over again. You get to watch it zoom into the day. When Blue Sky opens up video for me, I'm going to send this one. This video sure dreams my cast. The Drive Crunch is so good. It's thinking. I love it. The dog is scratching the ground right now behind me. We have a hardwood floor and she's just trying to scratch through to the bottom of it. So maybe there's something going on down there. I'm not sure, but it's a little alarming. Select, and then produced by or under license from Sega Enterprise Limited LLC. I don't know, whichever one. Bye.